the stories you pick. It shows with how much passion and time you're putting into it.
I'm a video journalist. In all likelihood, you've probably heard the name, but I suspect you don't know what I do. I'm a page in a book that is yet to be written. In fact, there's around 30 others just like me. Lost pages. In the last 5 years, I've begun to piece those memories together. Winter, Friday morning. I'm heading back to London from NewsXChange in Barcelona. It's a gathering of more than 400 journalists from 60 different countries. Accepting an invitation from Taki from Japan's broadcaster NHK, we look at different approaches to journalism story form. American sociologist Michael Rosenblum says journalism is a cultural construct formed by literary conventions and social practices over time. If we accept this, then broadcast news' attempt at a dominant form was always untenable. Like sheets in the wind, we need not follow each other. There is no one system, no unitary style, no fixed method at telling news or journalism stories. But we're bound by that thinking, a Western hegemonic model.
My leg! I don't know. My leg! Oh!
That's not really revelatory, but we're having to defend our beliefs around a powerful corpus of opinions that views any changes to journalism as an assault on traditional values.
I'm very, very interested in what you're doing. I didn't know too much about video journalism before I started to look at your work. And from what I've seen, it looks to me, and I'm going to sort of compare it with painting here for a minute.
In 1994, when I became a video journalist, I'd had 7 years working across some of the BBC's top shows, Newsnight, Reportage, Radio 4, and ABC News as a journalist. I've written a lot about it since the late 90s. Working for the likes of the Press Association, Financial Times, and with Danish journalists. Agneta, what's happening?
Yeah, the helicopter is coming towards us actually. Shit, it's coming towards here. Do you see it? Do you see it? It's coming
Come on.
over here. Oh, I think it's somewhere. Oh shit.
was the classical style of painting, and then the Impressionists came along, and they were more interested in the glance, the fleeting gesture, or the play of light in a scene, in a moment. I think you are an Impressionist painter. I think that's sort of what you're doing. You're telling stories, you're capturing poetic readings, whatever it is you're doing.
Topazes and cinnamon and gold, my doors. Dirty British coaster with a salt-caked smokestack.
But you're telling it with a more impressionistic eye than the, I would say, the false classicism of previous styles.
When those two snipers pop up, we're not sure whether they're friend or foe. So in the journalist situation, what you just immediately hit the trenches. The two guys over there, you know, with scopes, and they're looking our way. And then a couple of minutes later, 2-3 of their special forces guys arrived. So we're still waiting for about a minute, 2 minutes, just to make sure, because if they're enemy, they would have fired on them as they got there. As an exercise, it was brilliant, because not only did we sort of consider our safety and immediately hit the decks, but still report. But as soon as we found out that it was safe enough, back up again and started to report, which is how we were near enough to the scene. So I think Agneta picked up some brilliant stuff.
It was very interesting. No, it was very interesting, actually. I never thought of that, because I thought that the snipers were on our side, but you never know, because we didn't see them. We just saw the snipers, and David were helping us to.
So what did the evacuees say?
Yeah, actually they've been rescued by the NATO troops. So.
The flicker of an idea is now getting brighter. I found those lost chapters, and they tell a story that confirms Schutzen's statement and Michael Rosenblum's original ideals. So video journalism is a cultural construct, informed by unsighted forces on the one hand, and a poeticism of communication on the other. Nearly there.
You were responsible for video journalism within the BBC. In your experience, your huge background, what were you able to glean from that business Channel 1 TV?
Maybe 10 years ahead of its time.
For many years, people like I perpetuated a myth that unless you were part of the television establishment, you couldn't make television. Channel 1 challenged that, but it probably needed, you know, the pioneers of Channel 1 to say, actually, and this is where the newspaper bit comes in, they probably never thought they'd have such a kind of wide impact as they have, but they have.